Okay, let's unpack this. Welcome to today's deep dive, everyone.
Glad to be here.
So today our mission is to really decode the mechanics of true consistency.
Which is something I think everyone struggles with, honestly.
Oh, for sure. We are looking at this incredibly compelling video script. It's titled Discipline Beats Motivation, Change Your Life in 2026.
It is such a fascinating breakdown.
It really is. And the goal of our deep dive today is to explore why relying on the perfect mood is basically a trap.
A massive trap.
Right. And we want to figure out how to build a completely foolproof framework for achieving our goals. Because, I like to compare motivation to a sugar rush.
Oh, that is a great analogy.
You eat a huge handful of candy, you feel absolutely amazing, and you get this wild burst of energy.
You feel totally invincible.
Exactly. You feel like you can take on the entire world. But we all know what happens next.
It's a crash.
Yes, the crash.
Yeah.
That sugar metabolizes, and you inevitably hit a wall. The energy just vanishes the exact moment things get genuinely difficult.
It's just biological reality.
And the script points out this deeply relatable example. The student who buys all the brand new books makes a totally fresh timetable and proudly posts an Instagram story titled New Beginning.
We have all seen that exact post.
I have definitely made that post. But then, like 3 days later, they revert right back to late wake-ups and just binge-watching YouTube.
Right, the sugar rush wore off, and the source actually explains the why behind your analogy.
Oh, really? Break that down for me.
Well, it notes that motivation is really just an emotion, and human emotions are never permanent. They fluctuate based on, well, basically anything.
Like how much sleep you got or if you're hungry.
Exactly. They quote the source directly here, saying, winners don't feel motivated every day, they just show up every day.
That hits hard.
It really establishes the core premise of this deep dive. Success requires taking action even when you absolutely do not feel like it.
Okay, so if motivation is just a temporary sugar crash, what specifically causes us to abandon our goals?
Well, the script points to two really insidious enemies that sneak in and fill the void when that motivation fades.
What are they?
The lure of comfort and the addiction to distraction.
Oh, wow. Comfort and distraction.
Yeah, and they explore this through an example of two friends.
Okay, walk me through that.
So one friend actually takes risks, they try out new skills, and they fail.
Which is incredibly uncomfortable.
Totally uncomfortable. But the other friend plays it completely safe. They constantly fall back on this one excuse, I just don't have time.
The classic excuse, which, let's be real, is usually code for, I am terrified of looking foolish.
Spot on. And 5 years later, the risk taker is a successful business owner.
And the safe player?
They are stuck in the exact same place. And the script explicitly notes that the difference wasn't talent.
Right.
It was courage.
That makes total sense. So what about that second enemy, the distraction piece?
Right. So then they pivot to the scroller example. This is someone who spends hours every single day watching, gym edits and business reels.
Constantly swiping.
Yes, but they take zero actual action in the real world.
Just consuming.
Exactly. And the source makes this incredibly powerful claim. It says today's biggest addiction isn't drugs, it's distraction.
Wow.
Yeah. Watching success is merely entertainment, whereas actually building it is painful.
Wait, isn't there a massive paradox here? We are actively consuming motivation as a way to avoid doing the actual work.
Yes, that is exactly what is happening.
It's like reading a recipe book for 2 hours and convincing yourself you've baked a cake.
Yeah.
You feel productive, but the kitchen is empty.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, you are hitting on exactly why the comfort zone is so dangerous. It slowly destroys your dreams by giving you this fake sense of momentum.
Because it feels like you're doing something.
Right. But growth only begins where comfort ends. Extraordinary lives require ordinary sacrifices.
Less sleep, fewer parties.
Exactly. And absolutely zero excuses.
Okay, so since grand, sweeping motivational gestures like posting about a new beginning or binge-watching business edits clearly fail, how do we actually build success?
The script argues that we must strip away all that grandeur. We have to focus strictly on mundane daily repetition.
Just the boring stuff.
Exactly. The compound effect of small actions. They share this gym transformation example that really illustrates it.
I loved your analogies. How does it go?
Well, imagine a person starts working out. On day 1, they see zero bodily changes.
Obviously.
Week 1, still nothing. Even month 1, barely any difference.
Which is exactly when most people just throw in the towel.
Right. But after one full year, they are a completely different person.
Because they just didn't stop.
Exactly. And the source actually unpacks a really specific daily formula to ensure a listener will not remain average after 1 year.
Okay, I'm ready. What is the formula?
It's broken down like this: 1 hour of study, 30 minutes of working out, 20 minutes of learning something new, and 10 minutes of planning.
Just 2 hours total.
Just 2 hours. They emphasize this, quote, "Small disciplines repeated daily create extraordinary results."
Here's where it gets really interesting, because applying this specific 2-hour daily formula is like investing spare pennies into a high-yield savings account.
Oh, that is a fantastic way to look at it.
Right, because day to day, the bank balance looks identical. You don't feel any richer putting in a few pennies.
Not at all.
But a year later, the compound interest is just staggering. It adds up so quietly.
And analyzing the psychology of this approach is just wild, because society heavily conditions us to look for the overnight success.
We want the lottery ticket.
Exactly. While remaining totally blind to the years of invisible, compounded hard work that actually creates it.
But let's bring it back to reality for a second. Even with all those small compounded actions, hitting a wall is totally inevitable, right?
Oh, 100%. You will face setbacks.
So discipline isn't just about blind repetition. It requires an actual structural resilience to failure.
And the source brings in 2 key examples of failure to really drive this home. First, they look at Thomas Edison.
Right, the classic light bulb story.
Yeah, he famously framed his 1,000 failed attempts to invent the light bulb not as defeats.
But is learning, right?
Yes. He views it as discovering 1,000 ways that simply do not work.
Okay, but I have to play devil's advocate here.
Go for it.
It's incredibly easy to say embrace failure when you are Thomas Edison looking backward from success.
Sure, hindsight is a beautiful thing.
But in the present moment, failure genuinely hurts. It is devastating. How does discipline actually shield you from that immediate emotional blow?
This raises an important question, and the source answers it perfectly with its second example, the modern trader.
Okay, walk me through the trader scenario.
So a beginner trader makes a mistake and loses money initially. If that trader quits right there, it's game over.
The loss just becomes their final reality.
Exactly. But if they analyze their mistakes, learn risk management, and actually control their emotions,
Then what happens?
that initial failure literally becomes the foundation of their future success. Discipline shifts our relationship with failure from an emotional verdict to neutral data.
Oh, wow. Neutral data.
Right. Failure is always temporary, but the act of quitting is permanent. Discipline ensures you survive the temporary pain long enough to actually learn the lesson.
Which brings up that quote. Every master was once a beginner who refused to quit.
Exactly. It's a powerful reminder.
Okay, so to survive that pain and translate this entire mindset shift into reality, the script offers a concrete toolkit, right?
It does. It's a 5-part toolkit that any listener can literally start using today.
Let's break those down. What is habit number 1?
Wake up early. The source explains that the silence of the morning really improves your focus.
Before everyone else is awake and demanding your attention.
Exactly. Then habit 2 is exercise daily.
Because of the physical health benefits.
Partly, but mainly because a strong body equals a strong mind. You are building mental toughness.
I completely agree with that. What's the third one?
Reduce phone usage. You have to control the phone before it controls you.
Oh, man. The dopamine trap is so real.
It is. And that ties right into habit 4, which is plan your day.
Because if you don't have a plan,
Distractions win. Every single time.
you just default to scrolling.
Mm.
Okay, and the final habit.
Keep promises to yourself. The source says this is how you build true self-respect.
By actually doing what you said you were going to do.
Exactly. And they highlight this ultimate choice. Discipline is basically choosing between what you want right now versus what you want most.
So what does this all mean? If you're listening to this right now, the urgency is incredibly real.
It really is.
The perfect moment to start is a total myth. Nobody is coming to save you, and I promise you, no magic will happen on Monday.
I want to reinforce this final heavy-hitting contrast from the source.
Please do.
The pain of discipline weighs ounces, but the pain of regret weighs tons.
Oh, wow. Tons.
Yes. Because successful people are not inherently special. They don't have superpowers. They're just relentlessly consistent.
That is such a crucial takeaway. I want to leave you with a new angle to ponder, something to really chew on after you finish listening.
I love a good thought experiment.
What if you viewed every tiny, uncomfortable decision you make today, not as a chore, but as a literal vote for the person you want to become in 2026.
Oh, that completely shifts the perspective.
Right. If your 2026 self walked into the room right now,